The narrative of Islam in France is far more intricate than often perceived, extending beyond contemporary headlines to a rich, multi-layered past. This historical analysis delves into the profound and often contested interactions that have shaped France's relationship with Islamic civilizations, from early medieval incursions to the complexities of modern integration. We invite historians to critically engage with this enduring legacy, exploring its nuances and challenging simplistic interpretations. The initial chapters of Islam's presence in what is now France are etched in the annals of the early medieval period. These encounters were primarily characterized by military expansion, strategic settlements, and subsequent retrenchment, leaving an indelible, albeit often debated, mark on the region's historical trajectory. Understanding this era requires a careful examination of both the motivations of the Islamic forces and the responses of the nascent Frankish polities. Following their rapid conquest of the Iberian Peninsula, Umayyad forces from Al-Andalus extended their reach across the Pyrenees. From 719 to 759, they established Septimania, a former Visigothic province, as a frontier territory with Narbonne, Arbuna, as its administrative center. This expansion was not merely a series of raids, but an attempt to integrate the region into the broader Umayyad Caliphate. The Umayyad administration in Septimania, though relatively short-lived, introduced new governance structures and cultural influences. While their rule was often met with local resistance, particularly from the indigenous Gallo-Roman and Visigothic populations, it also involved periods of pragmatic coexistence. The strategic importance of Narbonne as a Mediterranean port and a gateway to the Frankish heartland made it a crucial outpost for Umayyad ambitions. Beyond the formal conquest of Septimania, Muslim forces conducted numerous raids throughout southern France, particularly along the Mediterranean coast. These expeditions, often originating from Al-Andalus or North Africa, were driven by economic motives, including plunder and the acquisition of captives for the slave trade. They significantly disrupted local economies and political stability in the fragmented post-Carolingian landscape. A particularly notable and enduring settlement was Fraxinatum, established around 890 near modern-day Saint-Tropez. This fortified base, likely founded by Andalusian adventurers, served as a strategic stronghold for nearly a century. From Fraxinatum, Muslim groups controlled key passes in the Alps, extorting tolls from travelers and conducting raids deep into Provence and northern Italy. The presence of Fraxinatum highlights the complex nature of medieval frontier zones, where military outposts could evolve into semi-permanent communities. Its eventual expulsion in 975, orchestrated by local Christian lords in a coordinated effort, underscores the growing capacity of regional powers to counter external threats. The legacy of Fraxinatum remains a subject of academic debate regarding its demographic composition and long-term cultural impact. The Battle of Tours, fought in 732 near Poitiers, represents a pivotal moment in the historiography of early medieval Europe. Here, Frankish forces led by Charles Martel decisively defeated an Umayyad army under Abd al-Rahman al-Ghafiqi. This engagement is often portrayed as the turning point that halted the northward expansion of Islam into Western Europe, safeguarding Christian civilization. While its long-term significance is undeniable, contemporary historical analysis often contextualizes the battle within a broader series of engagements and frontier skirmishes. Some scholars argue that the Umayyad force was primarily a raiding party rather than a full-scale invasion army, and that its defeat, while important, did not single-handedly save Europe. Nevertheless, the battle cemented Charles Martel's reputation and contributed to the consolidation of Frankish power, laying foundations for the Carolingian Empire. Centuries later, in the 16th century, France's relationship with Islamic powers took a different turn, marked by strategic alliances rather than direct conflict on French soil. During the Franco-Ottoman alliance against the Habsburgs, the port city of Toulon was temporarily used as a naval base by the Ottoman fleet in 1543-1544. This extraordinary arrangement saw the city's Christian population temporarily evacuated to accommodate the Ottoman sailors and soldiers. This episode illustrates the pragmatic and often shifting alliances of early modern European diplomacy, where religious differences could be set aside for geopolitical advantage. The Ottoman presence in Toulon, though brief, was a remarkable instance of a major Islamic power directly operating from a French port, leaving a unique, albeit fleeting, cultural and logistical imprint on the city. It serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of Mediterranean powers during this era. The early 17th century witnessed another significant, albeit involuntary, influx of Muslims into France, the Moriscos. Following their final expulsion from Spain in 1609-1614, an estimated 50,000 Moriscos, descendants of Muslims who had converted to Christianity under duress, sought refuge in France. This migration was a complex humanitarian and political event, driven by religious persecution in Spain and a mixed reception in France. While some Moriscos were eventually integrated into French society, many faced continued suspicion and pressure to conform. Their arrival highlights the enduring legacy of Al-Andalus and the complex identity struggles of a population caught between religious and cultural worlds. This episode offers valuable insights into early modern refugee movements and the challenges of assimilation for religiously distinct groups in a predominantly Catholic nation. The modern history of Islam in France is inextricably linked to the nation's colonial past and its subsequent post-colonial immigration patterns. This period is characterized by the transformation of a largely absent or marginalized Islamic presence into a significant and diverse demographic, bringing with it new challenges and opportunities for social, cultural, and political integration. The expansion of the French colonial empire, particularly into North Africa, Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, brought millions of Muslims under French rule. This colonial relationship profoundly shaped the trajectory of Islam in France. During both World War I and World War II, hundreds of thousands of Muslim soldiers from these colonies served in the French army, fighting for the metropole. Their sacrifices were instrumental in defending France. These soldiers, often referred to as tirailleurs, played a crucial role on the battlefields of Europe, contributing significantly to Allied victories. Their service created a complex legacy of loyalty, sacrifice, and often unfulfilled promises of equality and recognition. This period established a foundational, albeit often overlooked, connection between France and its Muslim subjects, paving the way for future migrations. The post-World War II era witnessed a dramatic shift in the demographics of Islam in France, driven by large-scale immigration from former colonies. Following the decolonization wars, particularly the Algerian War of Independence, 1954-1962, significant numbers of people from Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia migrated to France. This migration was initially encouraged to meet the labor demands of France's post-war economic reconstruction. These new arrivals, predominantly young men, filled crucial roles in industries such as manufacturing, construction, and mining. Their presence transformed the religious and cultural landscape of France, establishing vibrant Muslim communities across the country. This period marks the transition from a largely transient or marginalized Muslim presence to a permanent and growing demographic within French society. The construction of the Great Mosque of Paris, inaugurated in 1926, stands as a significant symbol of France's evolving relationship with its Muslim population. Conceived as a tribute to the thousands of Muslim soldiers who died fighting for France during World War I, it was also a diplomatic gesture aimed at fostering loyalty in the colonial empire. Its architectural style, inspired by the Al-Atarine Madrasa in Fes, Morocco, reflects a blend of traditional Islamic aesthetics and French colonial patronage. The mosque quickly became a central institution for Muslim life in France, serving as a place of worship, a cultural center, and a symbol of official recognition. Its establishment highlights the complex interplay of gratitude, colonial policy, and the nascent recognition of a permanent Muslim presence in the French capital. It remains a landmark institution, embodying a century of Muslim life in France. Today, people of Maghrebi origin from Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia constitute the overwhelming majority of the Muslim population in France. Their settlement patterns were largely dictated by the availability of industrial employment, leading to concentrations in major urban and industrial regions. Cities like Paris, Marseille, and Lyon, along with their surrounding suburbs, banlieue, became primary destinations for these immigrant communities. These communities often formed distinct neighborhoods, initially characterized by a strong sense of ethnic and religious solidarity. Over generations, these areas have evolved, reflecting both the challenges of integration and the resilience of cultural identity. The spatial distribution of the Maghrebi population continues to shape debates around urban policy, social cohesion, and the representation of Muslim communities in France. The integration of Muslims in France has been a complex and often contentious process, marked by ongoing debates over secularism, laïcité, identity, and discrimination. France's strict interpretation of laïcité, which mandates the separation of church and state and often emphasizes the neutrality of public space, has frequently clashed with visible expressions of Muslim religious identity, such as headscarves or prayer in public. These debates have fueled public discourse on national identity, citizenship, and the place of religion in a modern secular republic. Muslims in France have faced significant challenges, including socio-economic discrimination, Islamophobia, and the pressure to conform to a singular French identity. Despite these obstacles, Muslim communities have actively contributed to French society, enriching its cultural fabric while navigating the complexities of belonging and difference. The history of Islam in France is not a linear progression, but a dynamic and often contradictory narrative, spanning over a millennium. From the early medieval incursions and settlements to the profound impact of colonial ties and post-colonial immigration, Islam has been an integral, albeit often contested, element of the French historical landscape. This journey underscores the enduring nature of cultural exchange, conflict, and adaptation. For historians, this rich tapestry offers fertile ground for further academic study and critical analysis. We encourage you to delve deeper into primary sources, challenge prevailing narratives, and explore the multifaceted experiences of Muslims in France across different epochs. By understanding this complex past, we can better comprehend the present and contribute to a more nuanced future. Engage with this vital history. Share your insights, research, and perspectives on the enduring legacy of Islam in France. What aspects do you find most compelling for further academic inquiry? Join the dialogue and help us illuminate this crucial chapter in European history.